Labas visiems! Šiandien analizuosime dainą Gal ne rytoj ir tai darysime angliškai. So as I just said, today we will analyze the song Gal ne rytoj. It was a song written by Lithuanians in support of Ukraine, and let's dive right into it.
Nūsės ant mūsų žemės. The dust will settle on our lands. Nūsės is third person singular, future tense, from the verb nūsėti, to settle. Ant mūsų žemės, ant is always followed by genitive case, so in this way, žemė is turning into žemės. Ir paskutinis šūvis nuskambės, rauda nutils. And the last gunshot will ring out, lament will get silent. Neskambės, future tense, comes from skambėti, to ring out. Rauda nutils, lament will get silent. Future tense, nutils, comes from nutilti, to become silent.
Kai rytas ateis saulei lydint, lietus nupraus mums kūnus, baimė keis ramus dangus.
Kai rytas ateis saulei lydint. When the morning comes, being accompanied by the sun. Ateis, future tense, comes from ateiti, to come. Lydint is a present adverbial padalybis. It's a bit tricky as a name, but it just means that something is happening simultaneously. And what is happening simultaneously? Well, as the morning comes, it is being accompanied by the sun. So those two actions happen at the same time. And accompanied by the sun, this by, we find it in saulė. So in Lithuanian, we just need to change saulė into saulė, and we don't need that by. So we use dative case instead of a preposition, unlike English. Lietus nupraus mums kūnus. The rain will cleanse our bodies. Nupraus, future tense, comes from nuprausti, to clean. Mums is in dative case, it means here for us. Mes becomes mums. Kūnus is accusative case, and accusative answers to the question what. What is being cleansed? Body. So kūnas, nominative singular, becomes kūnus, accusative plural. Baimė keis ramus dangus. Fear will change into clear sky. Case, future tense, comes from keisti, to change. And what is changing? The fear, baimė. Nominative singular becomes baimė with e nosne, long e, and it is now in accusative case.
Laikas bėgs, bet neišblės. Mano atmintis dėl ko kenti. Laikas bėgs, bet neišblės. Mano atmintis dėl ko kenti.
Laikas bėgs, bet neišblės, mano atmintis dėl ko kenti. Time will pass, but never will fade my memory of what you suffer from. Laikas bėgs, bėgs, future tense, from bėgti, to run. Neišblės, future tense also, comes from neišblėsti, to not fly away. Kenti, present tense, comes from kesti, to suffer. And if you are like me and you've never seen mana and were sure it's mano, my, well, there's a slight difference. This mana is a more poetic, maybe old way to say mano, and it also works with tavo, which would be tava. So look at you, are ready to speak poetic Lithuanian.
Gal ne rytoj, bet tikiu, kad ta diena ateis.
Gal ne rytoj, bet tikiu, kad ta diena ateis. Maybe not tomorrow, but I believe this day will come. Tikiu, aš tikiu, present tense, comes from tikėti, to believe. Ateis, future tense, comes from ateiti, to come.
Gal ne rytoj,
Gal ne rytoj, bet ašaros liesis iš džiaugsmo. Maybe not tomorrow, but tears will stream out of joy. Ašaros, plural of ašara, which means tear. Liesis, future tense, comes from lietis, to stream, to flow. Iš džiaugsmo, the preposition iš is always followed by genitive case, so džiaugsmas becomes džiaugsmo.
O mes iki tol iškelsim dangun geltonus saulės žiedus. Gal ne rytoj, gal ne rytoj.
O mes iki tol iškelsim dangun geltonus saulės žiedus. And until then we will raise to the sky the yellow blossom of the sun. Iškelsim, future tense, from iškelti, to raise. Dangun, this ending is very specific. It comes from dangus, sky. And this case is called iliative case. And I don't know if you ever put your Google Maps into Lithuanian, but you will notice that the voice in Google Maps will also say dešinen, kairen, and not į kairę, į dešinę. And as far as I know, this iliative case has just the same function than į nosnė plus accusative. Geltonus saulės žiedus. Here we have genitive case on saulė, which became saulės. Saulės žiedus, the blossom of the sun. It seems to be a metaphor for the sunflower, which is a symbol of Ukrainian identity and also becoming a symbol of resistance.
Priešas saulėgrąža pražydęs, galiausiai duos ramybės, sukant galvas link šviesos.
Priešas saulėgrąža pražydęs, galiausiai duos ramybės.
Priešas saulėgrąža pražydęs. The enemy having blossomed into a sunflower. Pražydęs is a past participle from pražysti, to blossom. Here you can also see the endings for the different form, masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine plural, and feminine plural. It is used to describe an action in the past that has already been accomplished. So pražydęs is in masculine singular because the subject is priešas, enemy. Saulėgrąža is here an instrumental case because it depends on the verb pražysti, and it's unfortunate that it looks the same as the nominative case, so the case which is used in dictionary, the very standard form. But yeah, because it depends on the verb, we know that with that verb we use instrumental case. So why are they singing about an enemy blooming into a sunflower? Well, I'm not 100% sure about this theory, but I read on BBC News that there was a Ukrainian woman who allegedly said to Russian armed forces, "Take these seeds so sunflowers can grow where you die." And this song seems to make a reference to that statement. Galiausiai duos ramybės, will finally give peace. Galiausiai is an adverb. In Lithuanian they end with a. In English they end with ly, like really, finally, lovely, happily, and so on. Duos is future tense of duoti, to give, and ramybės is here in genitive case. Ramybė becomes ramybės. And the reason is that normally with duoti we use accusative case, but since peace is not something that is quantifiable, we go for a genitive case here. Sukant galvas link šviesos, while the heads are turning towards the light. Sukant is a padalyvis, can be called gerund in English. It's also some kind of simultaneously happening verb. In English it would be while doing, while waiting, while some verb with ing. Sukti means to turn. So while heads, galvas, here in accusative case, you can see the other forms listed. Link šviesos. Link is a preposition that means towards, and it's followed by genitive case. Šviesa becomes šviesos.
Laikykis už to, ką turi, kraujas kalba garsiau negu lūpos. Laikykis už to, ką turi, kraujas kalba garsiau negu lūpos.
Laikykis iš to, ką turi, kraujas kalba garsiau negu lūpos.
Laikykis už to, ką turi, kraujas kalba garsiau negu lūpos.
Laikykis už to, ką turi. Hold on to what you have. Laikykis is imperative reflexive verb, comes from laikytis, to hold on, už to, ką turi, to what you have. Turi, present tense, comes from turėti, to have, and to have what? Turėti ką, accusative case. The literal translation of this would be hold on to that, what you have. If you speak French, this might not be a totally unusual way of phrasing things for you. For example, accroche-toi à ce que tu as. So I would say even French is more complex, so you're better off learning Lithuanian, I would say. Kraujas kalba garsiau negu lūpos. Blood speaks louder than lips. In English we would say louder than words. Kraujas, blood, kalba, present tense, comes from kalbėti, to speak. Garsiau is a comparative. It comes from garsus, loud, garsiau, louder. Negu, than, lūpos, plural of lūpa, lip.
Gal ne rytoj, bet tikiu, kad ta diena ateis. Gal ne rytoj, bet ašaros liesis iš džiaugsmo. O mes iki tol iškelsim dangun geltonus saulės žiedus. Gal ne rytoj,
Gal ne rytoj,
Gal ne rytoj, bet tikiu, kad ta diena ateis.
gal ne rytoj, bet ašaros liesis iš džiaugsmo.
o mes iki tol iškelsim dangun geltonus saulės žiedus.